Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Nation Wants to Know and I'm Swati Joshi. 11 lives were lost in the stampede outside Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bengaluru while the government was busy felicitating the RCB players. 48 hours have passed. But forget about accountability. All that the Congress Sarkara has done is absolve itself and find scapegoats to pin the blame on. Yesterday, after the matter was taken up in court, finally an FIR was filed. Mind you, it was over 24 hours after the tragic incident took place. RCB event company, DNA and Karnataka Cricket Association were all booked for criminal negligence. 5 Bengaluru cops were suspended, including the Commissioner of Police. And today, more token action followed. 4 people have been arrested, including the marketing head of the RCB. Karnataka's intelligence chief has been transferred as well. And the political secretary to the chief minister has also been sacked. But guess what has not happened so far? Not a single action against the chief minister or the home minister or even the deputy chief minister, who in fact was seen celebrating with the RCB team while people lost their lives outside Chinnaswamy Stadium. Forget about holding themselves responsible. Sarkara's top brass has actually gone ahead and given themselves clean chits. Take a look at what the chief minister, the deputy chief minister and the home minister said. Deputy chief minister says, how am I responsible? The home minister of Karnataka says RCB organized the event. We did not request, conveniently putting the entire onus on RCB. As far as the chief minister of Karnataka is concerned, the chief minister says no one could anticipate such a crowd. So they cannot anticipate the crowd. They believe that it's not the responsibility of their police and that everything was done by RCB. Let's listen into the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, who was completely washing his hands off the incident of responsibility.
See, nan but madak ಏನಿದೆ ಅವರು? In what way I am responsible? ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, KSC ಅವರು ಬರೆದ್ರು, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, ನನಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಇವರು KSC ಅವರು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು, 10 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಥರ ಏನೋ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೆ, 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಏನು ತಪ್ಪಿದೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು?
Let us also now show you how hypocrisy runs in Congress Sarkara's DNA and how within 24 hours their stand changed on police's role. Now, what did the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka say? Can't blame police for stampede deaths. He in fact went on to pat their back saying police tried to do their best. But what was done? So the Deputy Chief Minister says we can't blame the police. He in fact is appreciating their efforts, saying what they did was the best. On the other hand, the action that was taken, Bengaluru top cop among 5 who were suspended. So was the police responsible or not? Because till about yesterday, according to the Deputy Chief Minister, he could not have blamed the police. There was no fault of the policemen. State Intel Chief has also been transferred by the government. Many are alleging that all of this is being done to shield the higher-ups. The higher-ups are being protected, they are being shielded. That's the reason why this government is looking for scapegoats. There also appears to be some kind of difference in opinion between the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah, and the Deputy Chief Minister, D.K. Shivakumar. So while D.K. has put his weight behind the police, Siddaramaiah acted against them, supposedly for failing in their duty.
I don't blame my police department. They have done their best. But ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ, ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ನೋಡಿದಿರಿ, ಯಾರು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಯಾರು ದೊಣ್ಣೆಗೆ ಬೀಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊಡೆಯಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
Cabinet has taken a decision to suspend immediately the CPI of the Kabban Park police station and ACP of that particular area, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Assistant Commissioner of Police, and who is in charge of the stadium, and Commissioner of Police of Bengaluru City.
Now, according to sources, the police and even the Home Minister advised against holding celebrations on the 4th, but their suggestions were overruled. The question is, who overruled the suggestions? Is there someone who was calling the shots and is now being shielded and protected? And are those people actually the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka? That's the question we are asking. Are the CM and Deputy CM the higher-ups that everybody is talking about? that the Congress party is trying to save. You can have your say, register your vote at Times Now on social media platform X, and we'll reveal the results right after the debate. But before we in fact open up the debate, we are joined by Mr. Mohan Pai, chairman of Aaron Capitals. Thank you very much, Mr. Pai, for joining us. In the aftermath of the stampede, now top cops have been acted against. The top cop of Bengaluru has been replaced. There are other police officers, including the intel chief, who's faced action, but the government is not willing to take responsibility. How do you look at these developments? The arrest of 4 people, the suspension of senior cops?
Well, I think it's an overreaction by the CM to deflect criticism away from his office, because the CM and the DCM participated in the celebration. And today there's an affidavit filed by KCA to say that the government wanted the celebration. We don't know the truth. They should have suspended the Chief Commissioner of Police because he's not responsible. The people in charge of security for that particular area are the people who should be held accountable because they're directly responsible. If the commissioner knew all this is so many people have come, he would have rushed the forces there. So I don't know. I think it's wrong. It sends a wrong message. And even those 4 people of being arrested from DNA and from RCB, I think the government should wait till the inquiry committee has come out with a report to say who is responsible. Because the law and order is the responsibility of the police. And this happens to be a stampede. So I don't know how come these people are responsible because, the crowd built up over a period of time. The crowd didn't come in 5 minutes. They're building up over 2 or 3 hours, right from the time that the event started in Vidhan Sauda. So I think they must wait for the inquiry, because if you go on arresting people, just because many people are asking for arrest to show that you are acting, then you are going to create fear and nobody will want to have any big events here. So they must pinpoint who is responsible. And of course, they must be held accountable. And as for the political secretary, I don't know. I don't want to comment why the chief minister has done that, because it is the personal matter, is a personal office. Possibly, he must have been the person to push the chief minister to have a big celebration. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that. But certainly this arrest, I think, is an overreach at this point of time. We all sympathize and we're all in despair at the loss of lives. Nobody should lose their lives. But there's been a series of events which caused this great tragedy. So I think, government should be very careful how they react. The guilty should be punished, but they must find out who is guilty.
Well, no two ways about it. Whoever is the culprit, whoever is responsible for the loss of 11 lives needs to be held accountable and punished as per law. But 11 lives were lost, Mr. Pai. Over 50 people were injured. Isn't the government only trying to shun responsibility by putting the entire onus on RCB, on the event management company and the KSCA as well, or also the police officials, instead of taking responsibility?
Well, I think the government should take responsibility. I think Deputy CM has apologized and CM also has expressed remorse. So I think, but I don't know what else can they do. I mean, the opposition asked them to resign. But, many accidents like this happen all the time. And if everybody starts resigning, there'll be nobody left to govern. The key thing is the political leaders must have an inquiry and punish those people who are directly responsible for not providing security, not making sure that people were safe. If it so happens, the inquiry says this happened because of matters beyond anybody's control, then they must say, in future, we're going to do this, take remedial facts. But to me, what is concerning and what is very shocking is the silence of RCB and Virat Kohli and his team on this tragedy. Virat Kohli made a tweet, RCB made a tweet. What about all of them coming together to offer compensation to the victims? To say that they will take care of all the medical expenses, they apologize and they're very sorry it happened. Yes, a tweet won't do. RCB team management should come forth and bear all their expenses of their fans, offer them compensation. And I think it'll be a good gesture for the players to contribute to a compensation fund, give away some of their earnings to share. We care for our fans.
Right.
We are very sorry this happened. They came to see us. They're all our fans. We have affection and respect for them. And this is a great tragedy. We have great remorse. And we want to make sure whatever we can, we'll do for them. I think they must make amends. It's not enough. They must take moral responsibility because they all came to see them. You can always pass the buck to the police. You can pass the buck to the political leaders. But it was a RCB event and it was an event to celebrate which went horribly wrong. Yes, The players are not accountable. They're not responsible.
Right.
Even the RCB management may not be responsible. We must find out the truth. I don't know whether they're responsible, but certainly they have not stepped up
You're
to
saying
what is
they should
required
take
and
moral
take moral
responsibility,
responsibility and to make amends for whatever happened.
And I believe there was some sort of an announcement that was made by RCB about compensation, but you're saying that the players also need to come together and contribute. Thank you very much, Mr. Pai, for joining us on the broadcast. I'm now going to open up the debate for our guests. We have Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, on the panel, along with Sanjay Sahai, former additional DGP Karnataka, Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, and Swapnil Srivastav, an advocate. And let me, in fact, begin by asking Mr. Sanjay Sahai. Mr. Sanjay Sahai, top cops are facing action. The political secretary of the Chief Minister of Karnataka has also been sacked. He is also facing action. Who is the government trying to save is the big question. And why I'm asking that is because, according to sources, the police and the Home Minister were against organizing the event on the 4th. But according to inputs, they were overruled. You had the Deputy Chief Minister till about yesterday say that the police have done a great job. I'm not going to blame them. They are not at fault. And then this morning, in fact, from last evening itself, action starts against top cops. So what is the government here trying to do? Do you understand? Do you understand the action that is being taken, Mr. Sahai?
No, I understand what is being done, and I also would like to tell you that people talk about rule of law. People talk about the legal regime and all the processes. Does it apply to the police or not? You have a judicial inquiry in place. You have some other inquiries going on. You have criminal investigation going on. On what count were these people suspended? So that is the biggest question. And if they can give us the charges on which they were suspended, don't they even have a time for preliminary inquiry? So it's max of political audacity.
Okay.
Where they feel that they can decide in whichever manner they feel like, without putting things in writing, consenting upon doing what they have done, which I think the whole country has seen, and the capability to get away out of it. So they don't have either a legal responsibility or a social responsibility, and the civil society in this country can never force them. That is where we stand. Anna Hazare could dictate the parliament. If 10,000 people gather today, they can dictate any government in this country. Their strength only emanates from the fact that they can pass orders and nothing else.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Sahai, stay on with us.
No, I'll one last.
Okay, all right. Finish your point.
I would like to know which political dispensation in this country will rule against itself and give itself a punishment. I'd just like to know.
Yes.
I've never known of it. I've worked for decades together in the government. So there is no system by which, even if the person is involved in whatever he may be, there is no system in our present political dispensation or the constitutional dispensation
Okay.
act against the chief minister or anybody where the political dispensation is not agreeable to.
You know, in such a situation, we've often seen the court step in. We've often seen the court step in. This matter has also been taken to the court. So let's see what the courts have to say. I want to bring in Dr. Akashdeep Muni. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, you know, what kind of a message does this send when the government says that we only felicitated, RCB is responsible for everything, when your own police is saying, you know, postpone, the Home Minister is saying that he agrees with the police, but he is overruled. What is the Congress government in Karnataka doing? Absolute failure. And now looking for scapegoats?
Swati, I request the media to not go into rumor mongering. The facts of the matter are very clear. The police were approached with allowing the event. They denied the event under the Honorable Home Minister. After the denial, RCB at 7 a.m. in the morning, as per the clear facts, they uploaded a tweet and an Instagram post that the victory celebration is going to happen unilaterally without permission. So that is why they are booked and they are arrested and they should be put behind bars. First. Second point, to swell the crowds, the 3.14 p.m. post where they said that free passes would be given to people, whereas there are only 35,000 seats, 2.5 lakh people turned up because of the free passes post. Third point, The police said that don't do it on the Sunday. They denied. They said that foreign players will go ahead. We'll do it on the same day. Last point, there was not a single calamity at Vidhan Sauda where for 10 minutes Deputy Chief Minister came. It all happened at the stadium.
Where the Deputy Chief Minister did go. The Deputy Chief Minister went to the stadium also, and in all the arguments that you've presented, Mr. Muni, you are talking about RCB being at fault. Then why was action taken against the senior cops? If the cops denied permission, if they made it absolutely clear that they do not allow any such victory parade to go on, and if RCB acted on its own, why was action taken against the officers who the Deputy Chief Minister praised and said, no, they've done their best. I cannot blame my police. What's happening?
I'll tell you. In the morning, when the police denied the victory celebration at 7 a.m., when these people, RCB people, put public posts that victory celebration will happen, then the police came into action and posted 1,400 policemen for that particular instance without giving permission. Still, they have put.
So they've done a good job according to what you are saying, and the government of Karnataka as well. But still, they are facing action. I want to bring in Sanju Barma because there's absolute lack of coordination and communication. The Deputy CM says one thing. He talks about deployment of 5,000 in the court. They say that it was just over 1,500 in terms of the police deployment. Then Then you see a completely different stand taken when action is taken against the police officials. What's happening in Karnataka? Are you able to wrap your head around it, Sanju Verma?
Swati, I have been in Bengaluru for the last few days, and what the local media here is saying is very, very clear. The fact of the matter is that there are 21 gates to the Chinnaswamy Stadium, and they say that only 20% of the gates, as in 4 gates, were open. My simple point is, if you know that 2.5 to 3 lakh people have gathered outside, which is what Siddaramaiah admitted to, D.K. Shivkumar admitted to, Priyanka Khadge admitted to, G. Parameshwar admitted to, why is it that, out of 21 gates, only 4 gates were open? The second point which citizens of Bengaluru are asking is, why is it that you had only 1,380 policemen, which means if 3 lakh people were standing outside, there was 1 policeman for every 217 citizens who had gathered, which is an abysmal number, an abysmal ratio. The third thing is that they say out of these 1,380 policemen, Swati, 350 policemen were all gathered outside gate number 13 alone, which was the VIP gate from where VIPs were being given an entry and exit, which means that the Aam Janta was left to fend for itself. And my simple point is this. There is a petition filed by the Karnataka State Cricket Association in the court where they have clearly said that we don't have anything to do with the decision regarding having this event on a Wednesday. The police constabulary suggested to the Chief Minister, Sunday ko rakhiye. Siddaramaiah said, no, we will hold it on Wednesday. And the Karnataka State Cricket Association said one more thing. They said, we enjoy office thanks to the office of the Chief Minister. So how can we dictate terms to the CM?
Absolutely.
Which is what he's trying
But
to
that's
allude
the
to.
kind of picture the government is presenting, isn't it, Swapnil Srivastava? When they kept on blaming the RCB, they made it sound even worse than what the situation was, that RCB can just come in, bring the players, take its own decisions, go about victory parades. Government can do nothing. Apart from, of course, participating for the photo ops, the police can do nothing. And now KSCA also blamed, which says we have nothing to do with the crowd. We can only take responsibility for the venue. So is the government only looking for scapegoats?
Swati, I absolutely agree with you. The government is in fact looking for scapegoats, because let's look at it realistically and let's look at it in the context of the world. Sports parades, trophy parades isn't something that is very unique or it's the first time it has happened. In fact, on 26th of May, about 80 people were injured in Liverpool when a trophy parade was happening. On 2nd of June in Paris, over 200 cars were torched when a PSG parade was taking place. So it's absolutely incorrect for the government to step in and say that we couldn't have envisioned so many people would gather. That's point number one. Point number two is, and this is something Mr. Pai also referred to, which is a very valid point, that 2.5 lakh people don't appear out of thin air. It takes time for them to congregate. So regardless of whether permission was given or permission was revoked, the fact of the matter is that this is a law and order situation where we see lakhs of people gathering. And as the government, as the police, it is your responsibility to ensure that this happens in an orderly fashion. And I'll give you an example. On 16th of May, 6.5 lakh people joined the Barcelona Trophy Parade in Barcelona. Not a single event where any injuries took place. So it really boils down to how well or how poorly you manage events like these.
Absolutely.
The third point that I want to make, Swati, is that you can't let RCB walk free. You can't let Karnataka...
No, that's not what I'm saying or suggesting. I'm saying take action against whoever you think is responsible. But what about your responsibility? What about the government's responsibility? You cannot say we can't anticipate. You cannot say how am I responsible? Or you cannot say, we were just facilitating and RCB is responsible for everything. Ultimately, law and order is the state subject. The people gave you their mandate, not RCB. Sanju Verma and gentlemen, thank you. That's all the time I have for the debate. Let me quickly reveal the results of the poll survey. The question that we asked, are the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka really the higher-ups that the Congress is trying to save? This is how people have voted. 87.6% people have voted yes. The CM and Deputy CM are being saved, shielded by the Congress. Those are the higher-ups who took the decision and are responsible. And 12.4% people have voted no. With that, I'm wrapping up the edition of Nation Wants to Know. Quick break. Lot more lined up on the other side.